Okay, good morning, Year 5. So, as we mentioned yesterday during the live session, today you're going to be writing your draft. Okay, you're going to pull together all of the pieces of writing that you've done. You're going to be choosing your best bits, you're going to be adding to it, and you're really going to be thinking about those non-negotiables that we use during all of our writing. Okay, so we are going to be thinking about spellings, we are going to be thinking about handwriting, okay, you are going to be thinking about your punctuation. So, um, let's just have a look at the sections that we should be having. So, mainly broken down into three main sections, but you may have more than one paragraph for each of these, okay? So, we've got the section about our character, we've then got the section about our main setting, then we've got the section about the storm, okay? So, in each of those sections, so during the character section, you need to introduce your character, okay, and why they'll find the viewer. So that was about their interest that made them, okay, put them in a position where they would end up finding the viewer. So whatever that might be, you need to introduce your character. You've got a lot of this writing, okay, it's about taking that today, refining it, editing it, and then putting it together so we get one long story all written as one today in your draft so that we can have a look at it and then we can improve it before we write our final outcome. So introduce it, why will they find the viewer, and then tell us a couple of stories about them, okay? A couple of those sticky situations. A couple of you shared yours yesterday, okay? Taisy's nearly burnt her hair, Bartucci's ripped a valuable painting. You're then going to move on to the section about the setting, okay? So you need to introduce that setting, okay? You are going to pack it full of description. This is a great opportunity for you to describe in a lot of detail. Don't just give me 2 sentences about your setting, okay? Paint a picture in my head. I want to know exactly what your setting looks like without seeing an image of it. And you're going to have to find and describe the viewer, okay? That doesn't have to be long, and it's in red because you may not have written this part yet. You might need to add that in today for the first time. So when you've described your setting, maybe your character spots it at the corner of their eye, okay, and you give a brief description. We don't need to go into too much detail. The main detail comes around your setting, okay? You're then going to move on to the piece of writing you've got about the storm. So your character has found the viewer, okay, and then they're going to use the viewer. So they could, it's up to you, you could use it within your setting. So Isabel, my character, might use the viewer in the antique shop. She might just put it on, can't wait, and starts clicking through in there and sees the store. Maybe your character takes it home and they're going to look into the viewer in their bedroom, okay? That's your choice. You need to decide where they're going to look in the viewer. But you need to describe what they see, okay? The storm scene. And the video, okay, the link to that video is still on Class Dojo. Flip back through the lessons, okay, and you'll find it on there if you wanted to rewatch that. So lots of this you've already got, okay, but I do want it rewritten today. I want it written out all together, okay, in one piece, one draft writing. We know our draft is a really important piece of writing, isn't it? So just broken down, these are my sections, okay, I'll put these all together, okay, and create one story today. Now, one thing we do need to do is to think about the non-negotiables. So as you're writing today, I want you to be thinking about these things, okay? And this is why I want it rewritten. So I want you to be focusing on these things today. I want you to think about handwriting, okay? Joined, please. I want you to be thinking about spellings. Okay, if you have got spellings that you know that you're not quite sure of, use Google, use a dictionary, use whatever you've got, check those spellings, okay, before you're writing them in. I also want you to think about your punctuation. I've had to message a couple of people through Class Dojo to say, look, the basics aren't there, okay? Really focus on that, capital letters, okay, commas, especially when if we're using relative clauses, okay? You need to be using commas in there. So capital letters, full stops, an absolute non-negotiable. We know that, okay? You can do that, all of you can do that, and I want to see that in your writing today. Okay, so they are your non-negotiables. Okay, I also want you to think about everything that we have done to help us build description. Okay, we've looked at relative clauses, we've looked at expanded noun phrases. Okay, you've looked at prepositions. Okay, all the old videos are still on Class Dojo, so you can flip back. Okay, have a look if you're unsure. But we should be seeing some of these things in your writing, and lots of them will be already because you've already put them, haven't you, in okay your writing you've done so far. So it's about just editing, checking today. Is this your best piece of work? Okay, can you put that together as one piece of text into your draft, please? And I really look forward to reading these. I'm really excited. Some of your characters, your storylines are really strong, and I'm looking forward to seeing it all pulled together today into your version of the viewer. Okay, so make sure you are following all those non-negotiables, get that written, and I look forward to seeing it posted on Class Dojo. Okay, thank you.